Psychic Love Doctor Show with host Deborah Lee. Deborah has been practicing, teaching, and perfecting the personal prophecy card reading method for 20 plus years. This life-affirming, highly perceptive reading method has taught Deborah how to zero in on specific problems with relationships, career pursuits, and current roadblocks to success and happiness. This inspiring show will help you never feel helpless in life or love ever again. Now, here's your host, Deborah Lee.
Happy holidays, everyone. So nice to have you join us for the Psychic Love Doctor Show. I am Deborah Lee. I am the only living subject matter expert for the particular method I use to perceive the future from ordinary playing cards. This method is called personal prophecy, which I learned from my grandmother, and tonight we'll be giving all sorts of free readings to those who wish to call us. I'm joined by my co-host, Lisa.
Hi, everybody. Lisa with an E here.
She is a credentialed therapist who you run the spectrum, don't you? From career issues to relationship issues and everything in between.
Absolutely.
So we are offering you an evening of interesting conversation. We might get a little spicy, you never know.
Hey now.
And a chance for you to explore your future and find out insights on how to navigate toward love, happiness, success, whatever it is that you are hoping for, especially in the new year that is right before us.
Especially in the new year, and I'm seeing so much of that too coming in through sitting on my sofa, and not sure how it is with you, that the holidays can be a time of amazing transformation, and they can also be a time of kind of just being stuck in a rut.
Oh, and tremendous stress, which I'm seeing with my office clients that have been coming in. People are leaving 2017 behind with a great deal of, well, disappointment, some despair, some highly frustrated. And, you know, this is what I think is so awesome in terms of our being able to turn the page from this one year, and we don't have to really drag all that baggage with us, even though it may seem that we are glued to that set of Samsonite that we just as soon pitch off over a cliff somewhere. But you think so too, don't you, from your aspect of, Lisa studies a whole lot of different metaphysical methodologies, and don't you feel there's a sense of, well, of inspiration, we'll say, attached to the new year?
And I think it's that people's perception that because it's the first of the year, it should bring you that first of the new hope, the first to do anything, that first of those resolutions, which is why my gym is always packed until February, until all those people finally go away. The truth is, I tell people that January 1st is really no different than May 1st. But if you need that first of the year to spur you to make that change, to give you that fuel, to find your passion, to find that relationship, to make a commitment, or to walk away from something that no longer serves you, then now's the time to do it. And what better way than tonight to call in to Kcaa Radio and speak with Deborah Lee, the Psychic Love Doctor, live, and ask her what the cards say, the personal prophecy method can tell you about your future moving forward, whether you want a global 2018 reading or something specific. It's 909-792-5222.
And if you're joining us on Facebook Live, you are certainly welcome to post your questions during the show. I believe there's like a chat area under the show. Do bear in mind, though, that those who call take precedence over those that are
chatting with us.
But we'll try to fit in as many as we possibly can. So we have asked many of our listeners what sort of topic they might like us to kick off the show tonight and discuss. And boy, Lisa, you've got some dandies.
I got quite a few spicy questions.
It seems that a large percentage of those that we interact with during our show are very focused during this holiday season on sexuality. And whew, do they have some questions?
Yes, there was one question that came through about, do people really look forward to standing under the mistletoe? That was interesting and a little on the vanilla side, I would say.
Well, what do you think?
Well, you want to stand under the mistletoe when you find that hottie, but do you really want to stand under the mistletoe with the person you've been avoiding at the party all night?
Like Uncle Harold, that's all sweaty and has had way too much alcohol, and he's going to actually try and cop a feel very stealthily while he's getting that kiss. And so, yeah, I think if you can say sure to this room full of, gorgeous
people,
beautiful people, but if it's not so beautiful,
maybe not so much. I do have the weakness for the mistletoe. I do enjoy it.
And I have to admit that over the years, I've usually got so many sheets to the wind that I don't even know that I've kissed as many people as I have.
And let's go to Sandra from Illinois. Hi, Sandra.
Hello there.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yep,
hey, there you are.
We're with you now.
What's that?
What's your question for the Psychic Love Doctor?
Okay, so I called maybe a month or so ago, and you told me about my 3 guys that I was supposed to be meeting sometime around the holidays, and I have yet to meet them. So I wonder if things changed.
Okay. Have you encountered any of the fine gentlemen that were perceived in your reading?
Well, I did encounter one, but I'm pretty sure that he's unstable. So.
Okay.
All right. Well, we can certainly take a look for you.
And this is one of the types of questions that I really do enjoy, aside from what I like to also refer to as the metaphysical spying portion. But this kind of gives people out there calling in some information on the potential for what is to come. And maybe one of those 3 frogs might hop off the lily pad and turn into a prince. You never know what's out there. Just saying.
Yeah.
I love the way you put that.
So, Sandra, are you currently on the look for people? Are you using any kind of direct methods for finding the right one?
Well, I have used dating apps, but
Okay.
I find that guys aren't as bold or forward in person.
Okay.
But that doesn't really work out.
Yeah, the dating app thing is, I love hearing the stories from dating apps. They're kind of some of my favorites, and I've heard some success stories and a lot of just memes that come from them. So there you go.
Well, Sandra, while you are feeling a sense of, I think, impatience and a little bit frustrated, because a lot of times when we hear we have a wonderful future in front of us, we often think, well, where is it? When is it coming? Is it soon? How long am I going to have to wait? And pretty soon you find yourself on this track where you are simply like I guess you'd call it like a little hamster on that wheel. Here's the thing. Your 3 men are still here. They're still in front of you, and they're coming. So this, I think, is a great validation for you. Very much a confirmation that it is still in front of you. Now, time frames are what are often driven by change. Okay, let's see. Lisa, you probably know how to.
For me, with the time frames
this.
are super tricky, because even though you might be walking the path that you're walking on, that doesn't say that the other person doesn't have that free will
Exactly.
to make a left turn at some point and kind of change the timeline.
Ultimately, she is still destined to encounter these 3. It's almost like the 3 wise men, if you think about it. And it's just a matter of time. So if you allow the future to come to you in its own way and time, it certainly will. I have 30-plus experience in charting these type of relationships through the cards, and when it repeatedly keeps coming up in readings, as definitely it has in yours, you are on the path toward the inevitable appearance of these 3.
They're right there.
She sees them.
I
Yep,
need to be
right in front of her.
That's a horrible
So
thing for
I think it's just a matter of you seeing how the rest of the holiday time period here plays out. I am seeing you possibly attending a party coming up, a holiday or post-holiday event, and this is going to be a very very interesting and very sexy party for her to attend. So not like you're going to, a swingers event, but I do feel that you will entertain the passionate gazes of likely her three men, or at least one of them. So I'm excited, and I hope you are too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, well, Sandra, thank you for calling us.
And please call back. We want an update.
Thank you. Oh, yes.
Yes, yes. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.
Well,
Bye.
are we having a little bit of audio issue here?
Some of the people watching live on Facebook are having problems with audio. I guess I'm getting some messages that people are calling in. They're not answering. All I can say is just keep at it. Keep dialing in at 909-792-5222. And right now we're going to go to Sheena from Michigan.
Yay, Sheena.
Hello?
Hello there. Thank you for calling us. How are you tonight?
I am doing good. I called you guys probably 2 months ago.
Oh, good. Well, thank you for calling back.
Yeah. So, yeah, since then a lot has changed. I have a few questions.
Okay. Well, I'm ready, so fire away.
Well, I'm going through a divorce, and when we last talked, you told me that he needed to prioritize me and put me first. Well, I mean, that hasn't happened, so I kind of gave up on that and went through with the divorce.
Okay.
And it's nothing new to me. Like, we've been going through this process for 3 years now, so it's not like it's a new person to let go of. I've kind of already let go of him a long time ago. So now I am kind of seeing someone else, and I would like to know what you see happening with that.
How's it going so far?
It's going well. Like, this is going to sound horrible, but I mean, I'm not legally divorced, so I am legally still married, and I've been kind of seeing this man for a year on and off, but like I said, me and my husband have been off for, 3 years. But,
right, and Sheena, that stigma, which is traditionally attached to people still being married but dating, I think we've moved into a whole different age. I think Lisa's going to support that here.
Absolutely.
Where, I mean, it's way different if you're still sleeping in the same bed and in the
we're
same
not even
house with
together.
a husband and just trying to line up the next husband. That's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, we haven't been living with each other for quite a while.
Yeah, and your life has to go on. You're a healthy, motivated woman. There's no reason that you can't explore a romantic life for yourself. And even, well, I have to admit, I was engaged while we waited for Daryl's divorce to be filed, which seems to be the long process. Yeah, you can, slide in and out of court pretty fast, but that filing process.
Well, that and we have a child, so that's a whole nother long process.
Yes. Yeah.
I really think there's a difference, too, that when you've moved out of a relationship emotionally detached, whether you're still connected by contract, that emotional bond has been severed. So that the contract really doesn't really play into effect as much. That's what frees people up.
I agree. Now, Sheena, one thing I'll tell you is the new person in your life is going to undergo quite a shift in terms of his feelings towards you, as far as being more committed and more resolved that you are the woman for him after your divorce has actually become official. Right now, there's still creeping in the back of his mind the possibility that you and he, the ex-husband-to-be, could actually reconcile. So once those papers are, signed and sealed, you will see that this new man is likely to become your next future husband.
Okay.
Now, how do you feel about that?
Well, actually, and this might sound crazy, but like I've been off and on with him for a year, and I'm not that old. I'm only 29. He's 13 years older than me. But I've never felt so comfortable around someone like I do with him.
And you know, Lisa, I bet you'll back me up on this. Age really is immaterial. I mean, there's an old saying, you're only young once, but you can be immature forever. So if you've got somebody that you can really click and mesh with and is, you know, in years, in actual, you know, years, is older than you, do you really think that plays a big role when she's 29 and he's, I think she said 13 years older than him?
Well,
Uh-oh.
speaking from experience, when I've gone 12 years up and maybe 16 years down, I really believe that it's when two people are connected at all levels, that's what's most important. And the chronological age is not nearly as important as that intellectual, emotional, and mental age.
I agree. And also, there's a big difference between the situation she has right now and if she was dating, say, a 19-year-old boy.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, then you're looking at not only cradle robbing in a sense, but that younger person has not fully matured to be the man that he's going to become, which can become quite a challenge as you're, you know, trying to establish a relationship. I see that this could very easily become the future, we'll say, because I do feel it's going to culminate in marriage, given the path that you are currently following together, that this would be the relationship to last you the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
completely
you know,
come to
I think he's all in as far as his heart is concerned. You might be the one that's, you know, you're coming out of a marriage that realistically, when we stand at the altar or in front of a judge, we're not making a commitment that maybe sort of kinda will stay together. You know, we're saying for at that time till death do us part. Well, death of a relationship, I think, really can constitute that sense of death. It isn't always about, you know, one foot on a banana peel and off you go. So I see that this is a good relationship for you. This man is just awesome in the way that he comes through in the cards. And I want to wish you both a lot of luck, because I feel, well, and a lot of love, because I really feel this relationship is going to go places for both of you.
Good.
So I hope that has helped you in the sense that, yes, it's definitely a very strong potential for this to become your future life, in the sense of being committed to somebody and sharing, you know, the rest of your life together.
Well, thank you, and I will make sure I call back down the line and let you guys know.
Yes,
Please
we
do.
love that.
Love that.
And you're not that terribly far away from us. If this turns into your next walk down the aisle, we just love to come to weddings.
Yes, we
Well,
do.
there you go.
So keep us posted, and
I will.
step into the new year, you know, just with a heart wide open. And I think you're going to find this to be an absolutely wonderful year for you and your little family and your man.
Well, thank
Excellent.
you.
I do. I think so. Thank you so much.
Well,
Take
happy New
care.
Year, guys.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Woo!
That was good. That was right there, you know?
Yes, age no longer. I don't believe age is any longer a factor in a relationship. I really don't. Now, speaking from a developmental point of view, yes, people will peak at certain age levels with certain goals in life, but I don't think that age should be a limiting factor.
Good. I agree.
There we go.
There we go.
We're going to Lynn from North Carolina. Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
Hey, how y'all doing?
So great.
How are you?
I'm great. I was trying to watch on Facebook. You look so beautiful, and then you kind of disappeared. So I'm so glad I was able to call in.
Oh,
Hope
we
everything's going
disappeared?
okay
We
tonight.
disappeared and reappeared.
Okay.
It's
Well,
magic
yes,
this
we have a
evening.
few times. I just had a question about I love life. Just what do you see coming up in the future for me in the new year?
Oh, good one. Good one. You already shuffled me, didn't you?
I shuffled
You're
you.
so
I'm
efficient.
so skilled, many skills. So what Deborah Lee is doing is she's using a regular old deck of playing cards that you could pick up from any store. But what's magical about this personal prophecy method is that she is pulling 24 cards and a layout just for you, Lynn. So it's not a 3-card spread. It's not a tarot cross. It's a 24 card layout that will be able to answer your specific question and maybe also be able to pick up on any other nuances, what's going on in your life right now. So that's what I love about this method.
Very nicely put. This is quite different than tarot, which I think is a beautiful, we'll say like a umbrella of insight and philosophy that we can use to go. I can't learn how to do it. I've tried. It's too complicated for me. On the other hand, personal prophecy is very literal in its insights and the guidance that it offers. And it will tell you a lot of things about yourself that you might not really want to exactly accept, but it will help to enable you to grow and to evolve into the person the cards perceive that you hold the potential to actually become. Now for you, oh my goodness, girl, this is so close to you that you could practically reach out and touch it. And Lisa's right here to verify.
Yeah.
Oh my.
2 of hearts, 6 of hearts.
And 9 of hearts right there, bada bing, right there. And it will not be long, and it is coming to you through the advancement of your work, which I do not feel is your quote-unquote day job. I really feel this is something you are working on your own, a personal project that's going to become your new public persona. Is this ringing a bell for you, Lynn?
Yes, it is. It sure
Okay,
is.
great. So you just keep putting one foot in front of the other, keep working on your project. Once you do the rollout, you are going to be bringing new people into your sphere, we'll say, in her professional sphere. Sphere. And through that will come the true soulmate, the husband-to-be. I mean, we're talking the lover, the best friend. It's a package.
Yes.
I mean,
he is a package, or he has a package.
Well, how about if we say yes on both fronts?
There we go.
Okay. So, Lynn, you haven't received your Christmas present yet, but it's coming.
Hey,
the
now.
universe
Yay.
is conspiring with you
That sounds
to
great.
make this dream of yours come true. Now it's just a matter of time.
That
So,
sounds so great.
this should help to make you feel inspired and have her personal vibration is raised just that little bit, where this would be an awesome time for you to do some manifesting of that man. And what do you always say about the shopping list?
My favorite shopping list is the list of qualities that you look for in a person. So a lot of people, and I don't believe this is you, Lynn, but we'll focus on things like, oh, I want someone to have this kind of occupation and to look this way. And to me, it's your shopping list of qualities that you look for in that person, that true mate that you see as the perfect mate for you. And typically on that list, you're going to find trustworthiness, dependability, respect, honor, humor, passion, whatever you want to make that beautiful list of the qualities of a person, and then everything will fall into place.
And you know what I always think is like the benchmark when it comes to what is true lasting love. To me, it is when that other person makes you want to be a better person. It makes him want to be a better man. It makes you as a woman want to be a better man, a better woman. And through that, it becomes, well, the ultimate connection. We don't see a lot of that these days because so many go off on different tangents. Gee, I'm desperate. Gee, I just can't stand being alone. You know, gee, I need some arm candy. I mean, there's all different kinds of ways to look at this. But I want to tell you, Lynn, when you and he meet, it's going to be one of those connections that you see in the movies where their eyes are going to gaze into each other's and they're just going to feel the pounding of their heart and they're going to say, this is the one for me.
And with that, we're going to take a brief station break, and we'll be right back with you here on Kcaa.
Kcaa Loma Linda, 1050 AM, K292 FQ Riverside, and K293 CF Moreno Valley.
Welcome back to the Psychic Love Doctor Show, here with Deborah Lee, your Psychic Love Doctor, Lisa with an E, your resident Psycho Doctor, on KCAA Radio. We have Leanne from Virginia Beach.
And right after that, we have from Facebook Live, we have a question from Stacy.
All right.
Okay.
Line them up. Hi,
Oh.
Leanne.
Hello, hello. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
There she is.
Here I
Okay,
am. How are you guys?
Leanne, thank you for calling
Yes.
us. Are you staying warm this evening since it's so brisk and just like
Chilly
frigid,
out.
very frigid out this evening in Virginia Beach?
Most definitely.
What can we do for you this evening, honey?
Well, first of all, I wanted to apologize because I haven't been there in several weeks. And I have no patience when it comes to meeting my man. And I don't know what to do.
Oh, yes, I feel your pain. So many people.
I kept I'm told that he's coming, and life is getting really crappy, and I don't
Well,
know.
it is frustrating when you feel so ready and you're saying to the universe or to the higher power, bring it, I'm ready. And you have to learn the gift of patience.
I don't like that patience word. I would say what you want to practice is peace.
Oh,
Is peace and being in the now and being in the moment and that mindfulness. Because what happens is that patience word kind of has a little bit of a negative connotations, like you don't already have it. When you're waiting and waiting, and then there's that obsession kind of kicks in, and
True.
looking and overlooking and overthinking, and you're not living in the moment because you're living in the future. So to me, it's really about being at peace with where people are in the moment and hoping, it's okay to hope, that what you wish for will manifest.
Well, for instance, let's say you're making a bunch of, or how about if we say bread? You're making bread. You've put it into the oven. You are so ready to enjoy and eat and savor that bread. But you don't want to pull it out of the oven too early. It has to have its own time to become the best bread that it can possibly be. And by that I mean you don't want a half-baked partner. Okay? You want a partner that is done, very done. So that's where you are at, Leanne, from what I perceive in your cards. By the way, darling, are you aware of all the male admirers that you have around you?
Woo!
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yes,
She is there, see? Well, you could have dates lined up from here to, shoot, I would say Easter. And never have to buy food because they would feed you every night of the week.
There you go.
But yes, you are definitely in that period now where you just need to wait for your bread to get fully baked. And then it's going to be the best bread you ever had the opportunity to
Taste.
Yes. So I wanted to know, I gave it a 3-month time frame for you, and I do believe that it is going to happen, at least the initial meeting, where your paths are going to intersect within this 3-month period. Now, it looks as if he is relocating here, because I see miles behind him. And he seems to be coming to take on a really good job, which, what is the saying amongst us women? It's just as easy to fall in love with a rich man as it is a poor man.
My dad always said that.
Really?
Yes, always.
Well, see, he's a man who knows what he's talking about. This man coming for you is definitely not wearing a barrel. This man he's got financial stability, he has security, and the only thing he doesn't have is you. Now, how poetic and how romantic is that?
Aww.
I know. So
you
just keep doing your Leanne thing and watch and see. It will happen. There's no doubt in my mind.
Do you see him being an engineer?
Well, that's specific.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Actually, I felt as if he was more involved within the medical field.
See, that's what
I don't know if they have any medical engineers. I know there's bioengineers. Oh yeah, Daryl, our techie who runs our technology here in the office, our electronics, so that we can actually connect with all of you. He says yes, there is. So I guess that's a yes to you there, Leanne. Yes, yes.
Yes, I've had several readings where I've been told that they'd be in the medical profession or engineering.
Ooh, I
Whoa.
like the sound of that, huh? So
That's
there you
awesome.
go. And Leanne, since you are local, just remember that when it comes time for you to sashay down that aisle and make your I do's, we are able to officiate your marriage
Of
and
course.
dance at your wedding as well. So keep us.
Drink all your booze.
And Daryl says, and drink all your booze.
But you're probably going to have to fly to the Caribbean.
There we go. That's fine too.
I don't think we're going to have a problem with that.
Active passport, ready to go tomorrow.
Yep. So you just keep us posted, hon. It's just so close, but it's yet still so far. So, like Lisa said, have peace. Know that the readings that you've received are confirming that it is right in front of you, and you and he will unite, and it will not be for too long into the future. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh
I'm so
boy,
happy.
he is awesome too. Woo-wee. And hot as hot can be.
Yeah.
That's what
Can't go wrong there.
I've been told.
Take care, honey, and Happy New Year. And yes, please try to catch up with us here in the
I will.
office next time, okay? We'd love to
Okay,
have
good.
you join us for our
Love you
live
guys.
show.
I will.
Okay. Did you want to say something?
Well, we do have a caller waiting, and we said callers took first dibs over Facebook messages, so it's up to you, Psychic Love Doctor.
Okay.
Well, we
Goodbye.
did put her into the... Thank you, Leanne, and Happy New Year. We'll talk to you soon. We
Okay,
did
talk to
say, let's sneak Stacy in there, and then...
All right, Dorothy, hold on. You're next after Stacy.
All right, Daryl? What would it be?
What happened to Cody? Should I wait for him? It's been since 26 October that I've heard from him.
Okay, let's check in on Cody.
Sounds like a ghost situation to me.
Well, I'm hoping it's a better response than that, but, you know,
Like,
for Stacy, that maybe he's laid up with 2 broken legs in the hospital and somebody stole his phone and, you know, I don't know. I'm just
all right,
saying.
well, regardless, men out there in cyber world on KCAA and on Facebook, if wherever you are in life, whether you're going in a different direction or you're done with something or you're just in waiting mode, communicate.
Oh, yeah.
Just communicate with the person you've been involved with, so there's none of this like questions, we don't know what's going on, are you okay? You know what, it doesn't take but 10 seconds to leave a text
Yeah,
message.
don't run away. That's ridiculous. That's cowardly. That is so childish.
Yeah, I don't have patience for that.
And don't send a text message. I mean, look.
You know what? If it's going to be a text message or ghosting, I'd much rather have a text message than nothing.
Yeah, true.
And so many people these days are like communicating through text, and there's like these misperceptions flying all around, and that's the bulk of what I have to deal with in the office, to be honest with you.
You know, if they have the cojones, is it cojones or the gonads, the
balls.
Yes.
Christmas
To get in the relationship with you, to, you know, engage your emotions. Come on, have the
Christmas balls to get out of it.
Exactly. I mean, come on. And if you have to fall back on that old standby of, it isn't
you, it's me.
And I'm sorry, I'm just not ready or able or...
I can't even with that hot mess.
Here's the problem for Stacy. Stacy, honey, you put your heart and soul into this, and unfortunately, here is a man that decided to make a better friend than a...
Lover?
Yeah. And that's where he'd really like to go with this. And apparently there was maybe a big, long letter or some sort of... Something came from her in the form of a communication that I'm perceiving as, say, a letter.
Okay.
And he felt, well, I'm gonna put her in the friend zone because he just isn't, I don't think, man enough for her.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, he could have communicated that. Like, hey, buddy, Thanks for the message. Anything is better than nothing.
But let's be honest, sometimes we women can, and men alternately, can make it very hard for somebody that's trying to change the playing field that we're on. If it started all hot and bothered and sweaty and panting, and then they want to say, well, hey, let's just, be a couple of buds and go out for pizza together.
I don't know. A lot of my female friends have no problem doing it, buddy.
I think that's really great that they can do that, but an awful lot of women or men, once they have had the taste of that bread, they are simply not going to settle for anything less. And that drives away the other partner, where now you don't even have a friend. So he is really sorry, Stacy. But you know what? You deserve better.
Yeah.
Set your sights a little higher. You will find the right partner. And I've often said, you don't really have to hunt it down. You can let it come to you. And it will. The universe will not forsake you.
Excellent.
Yes. So
we're moving to Dorothy from North Carolina. Hi, Dorothy.
Hello, Dorothy.
Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I have a two-parter, if that's okay.
All right, two-parter.
Okay.
Shoot.
Okay, Christmas, I woke up, and I woke quite awake, but waking up, and all of a sudden I had this feeling that my dad and my mom were going to call, but they both passed. And I woke up like, oh, my God, it won't real. But it felt so real. So I'm thinking, were they there for Christmas with me?
Oh, in other words, they've passed on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how about that for a wonderful premonition while you're in the sleep stage?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, we're going to take a look at that. And why don't you share with us what the second part is?
Well, I'm thinking about relocating to Wyoming, and I'm wondering if it's going to be a good move for me just to really start fresh after the last 5 years.
Wow, that is quite a move.
Yeah.
What a great place to go to. Have you ever been up there?
I've never been there, but I heard
I've never been there. The furthest I've been is Colorado.
Oh.
Well, I think it's just as breathtaking as Colorado, and I think the folks there are super nice folks. Now, I've never lived there, passed through there quite a bit in the past years, but yeah, I think that, boy, coming from North Carolina to Wyoming, better get your cowboy boots ready.
I've got plenty.
Do you have a job that's taking you there, Dorothy, or an opportunity to relocate? Is that the reason?
I can relocate my job if I want to, yes.
Awesome.
Ooh, that sounds terrific. And I'll tell you, if you go ahead and you make this relocation, I am seeing a big boost in terms of financial for you. I see a better opportunity for advancement, and it would come rather quickly. Maybe not everybody wants to go to Wyoming, but it seems like there's a lot of openings on the totem pole. So you could really go places. As for your parents, oh my goodness, yes. In fact, I feel that they are the ones who engineered that dream about the phone call. And actually, it doesn't take a holiday. You have parents that hover very close. Now, Lisa, I know you're really good at this mediumship work that you do. You see it, don't you?
Yes, and when people have dreams can have two purposes. One, of course, is messages from those from the other side, and the other is that you're processing an emotion of something. So with this specific of a message, I'm going to say that you are definitely being contacted from family.
I think so, too. And they love you so dearly that I believe you've got constant companionship there for the rest of your life.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, so I want to give you the big go-ahead on this move.
Woo!
And I really think it's time for you to take this change. It's going to be like a breath of fresh air. It's really going to get the blood moving and the oxygen pumping, and you're going to love it.
Yeah,
you're going to love it.
Selling everything I have and just starting fresh and just wanting to start over.
That sounds really awesome. Now, let me ask you, concerning love life. What you got going there?
Well, we've talked about my ex-husband, and he still comes around, but like you said, he doesn't have the gonads, and so it's like,
Yeah.
if it happens. If it don't, I'm fine with that now. I've moved on.
So are you going partnerless to Wyoming?
Oh yes, I know nobody there at all.
You know what? You will soon have yourself, well, it's another case of man of her dreams.
Ooh!
I'm seeing tall, dark, and handsome. And oh my goodness, does he love to treat a lady like a lady. So you're going to have a wonderful relationship waiting for you there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've always wanted to live out west since I was probably 3 or 4. I used to talk about wanting to move to Montana. Didn't have a clue where it was, but I used to go around.
I love it.
I think that is so incredible. Wouldn't it be great to tune into a reality show about, say, Dorothy from North Carolina and follow her on this journey where she knows no one, she sold every stick of furniture she had, and she just begins her life over. I think that would be a show rather than the dwarfs and the midgets fighting and the housewives of this or that.
I am contemplating it very serious.
Well, you would have to definitely stay in touch with us and give us a full report on how things are going.
Yeah, I figure it's going to take about a year to get what I want, because I want to be set when I move.
You bet.
But you have a goal, and that's great.
And opportunity will be wide open there for you. This will be like heaven on earth for you. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. And Happy New Year to you.
Oh, you too. Y'all have a good time. I'm enjoying the show tonight. I've been laughing. Oh, my God.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We're so happy to hear that.
That's how I like to spend my Friday.
Yeah.
Hanging with you guys.
We love it. Thank you. It's all of you that make the show. We just are here to go for the ride.
And raise our glass to you.
So take care, darling. We'll talk to you next week, okay?
Bye, ladies.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, she's terrific, isn't she?
My heart's on the West Coast, too, and if I wasn't anchored here, I'd be, boom, out of here.
Well,
love it, Dorothy.
Yeah, Colorado, Wyoming, Montana. These are some really awesome places.
Love it.
To go live. So.
All right. Let's move to Ann from Texas.
Oh, we know Ann.
Hi, Ann.
How you doing there, hon?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We are on fire tonight.
Whoosh.
Oh, great.
Well, what can we do for you this evening?
Just want to see what the card has for me. I've made the big retirement and left my employment, so just want to see what's going out there. I've had a couple of interviews, but not in a hurry to accept any job offers. And of course, just want to see, how my love life's going.
All right, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Okay, so you've been doing some interviewing, and
looking for a position.
Mm-hmm.
Want to see what's going on with the love life, how that's simmering.
What field are you looking into for a job, Ann?
I'm really thinking about doing something clerical. Just want to leave the education field, but I've seen a couple of education jobs come open at my church. So with that, I may have to just stay with education. So really anything.
Okay.
Oh, so that's kind of the way to be, I think, in some circumstances. Be like a feather on the wind, and let the feather or the wind take your feather wherever it's going to go.
And by being open to that, she's being open to any experience that will come her way.
Yeah.
And not being too specific, putting out the intention, but the intention for change.
That is terrific. That's very empowering, too. And that brings you into alignment with people that you are meant to encounter, that there will be opportunity that you are meant to encounter. A lot of times we want to control everything. I suppose it's in our spirit, because it's almost like you're going to jump off a cliff with no guarantee that you're going to survive. We always worry, the unknown.
Oh, absolutely.
And the thing is, though, we've got Ann here, and we had Dorothy previously. These are ladies with some gusto, some zest for life. And, I think that's terrific. And I'm still putting
She's
your
almost
cards.
there. Boom.
Yes, exactly. I've had
Magic.
a bank call me, and the county clerk has called me. So I've had kind of a little bit of everything. So
Okay.
I'm
Well,
ready.
I am definitely seeing that undertaking employment is going to really bring a strong shift to your life. It's going to put you into proximity with new people, a new network to move among, new social contacts. It's just going to be really a very rewarding experience for her. And it is time. I feel like you've been stifled,
Oh yeah.
and I get this sense of boredom that, there's got to be more to life than this. And
Yes.
you've put it out there, and boy, I'll tell you, the universe is going to respond. And when I say universe, I'm also referring to the higher power, God, all that is, however you perceive, something that is greater than us all. So I feel that you would consider in the future changing your residence. Do you own your own home?
Oh, yes.
I think that there's going to be a change for you, and it seems to be coming through romance. So, so I feel there's going to be a new path for her in the love.
Hey, now.
The love area.
I'm excited about that.
On the love boat.
Yeah. And he's another great guy. We're seeing nothing but great guys tonight. This one he's very accomplished. He's made quite a bit of money. He's got a lot of security. And here's the best part for you, Anne. He's a lot of fun.
Yes.
As men get older, a lot of times they forget, it's like they become allergic to fun. Daryl just walked in.
They're funges. The fun sponges.
Well, I am ready for fun too.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't care what age you are. There's still fun to be had.
Yes.
This man is very spontaneous. He'll be the kind that will say to you, "Hey, little lady, I know you made a roast beef dinner, but how would you like to say we fly to oh boy, I'm trying to think of somewhere.
I say yes.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Let's go to Vegas.
Let's jump over to Vegas. So that's what you've got coming into your future.
Oh, wonderful.
It looks really, really good. The other thing to remember, everybody, is now that this year is winding down, we are looking at the future. To me is like a wide expanse. Think of like a perfectly pristine, flawless, snow-filled field. There's not one footprint on it. There isn't, no animal has come along and peed on it. It hasn't been stained or soiled in any way. It's yours. It's yours to do with what you will.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
So we can make snow angels. We can make a bunch of snowballs and say, here you go. I am going to win this war with my life to be where I want to be. I mean, there's so many things that we can do as we face a new year. And maybe that's what resolutions are all about. Trying to get ourselves on the right foot. You have a great life ahead of you, hon.
Okay,
and
wonderful.
You're
Thank
a good
you so
manifester, so I can't wait for the phone call when you call to say, Lisa and Deb, it happened. Yay!
Yes, I can't wait either because you'll be one of the first ones I call.
Oh, well, take care. Happy New Year, and we can't wait to hear from you again.
All right. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome, hon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We're going to sneak one more in.
Yes.
We have Tina from New Jersey. I just got back from New Jersey. Hi, Tina.
Tina?
Hi. How are you?
Oh, well, trying to keep warm. It's cold down here in Virginia Beach, and I'll bet you're going to tell us it's even colder where you are.
Horrible.
Oh, my God. It's so cold. You have to rethink every decision. Like, do I really need to go there?
Do you have any snow?
No, it's no snow.
I think once it snows, won't that kind of make the temperature a little bit more mild?
I don't know. All I know is I was in Pennington and Philly the last few days, and I literally thought I was going to turn into a popsicle.
Yeah,
brutal.
Well, I think we've had enough of winter already. Thank you, but that's it.
Keep your cold up there. Well, What's your question for the Psychic Love Doctor?
I wanted to ask about business with my friend. His name is Latif. So I wanted to know, what do you guys think of as far as this?
Okay, we're having trouble hearing you. Are you starting a business or you're in a business?
In a business, but I want him to help. So I wanted to know, how is that going to go with this gentleman?
How's it going to go? In a business, how is it going to go? So you're looking for an improvement?
Yeah, well, he can help me do some things, so I just wanted to see.
Oh, so are you more interested in how this person's influence will be with you or how the business will do globally?
Yes.
Ah.
Are you partners?
I would like for us to be. We've been, like we're discussing it more so he's, yeah.
Okay. It just has a little bit of a different focus when you're looking at kind of a global aspect of a business improving versus someone else's influence within that business, I think. It's more relational to me versus more looking at the financial aspect of it.
I agree.
So that's just a bit of a difference.
And a lot of times it's the focus. You got to, and maybe that's what writing down mission statements and all of that is about, to help you achieve that fine focus that you need. Sometimes people go into business and they're like, well, I'm just going to hang out a shingle and let it come as it comes. And
hopefully it'll be great, yeah.
Yeah, but I think you have to fine-tune what you're doing and, make the most of what you've got. Okay, let's see what we have for Miss Tina.
Tina.
Well, this is going to be the kind of the the wet blanket of readings tonight. But the beauty of personal prophecy is when we see something negative, for the future, we have the ability to improve it before we even get there.
Yes, that is true. Free will.
Now, let me ask you, Tina, are you really happy with the performance of your partner?
Well, we're just getting started towards it. That's why I'm looking for like another partner. That's why I would like to work with him.
Okay, what I want you to do is be very specific in the way that you're going to, let's see what the word would be, like laying the groundwork, setting up the boundaries, letting this
parameters, boundaries, objectives, and goals.
And making sure that this individual is very well aware of what the responsibilities are going to be. Because I feel that there's a willy-nilly kind of attitude here and it's a male, right, on his part?
Yes.
And of him thinking, well, if this doesn't work out, I'll just go find something else. But he needs to have more loyalty and a firmer commitment from his heart than that.
Yes.
So he needs to know that this is your baby together. And the two of you need to nurture that baby and take care of that baby. And every once in a while you have to change its diapers by sitting down and having a good heart-to-heart talk. And being able to accept constructive criticism. Boy, that is monumental in business and relationships and I think just about anything. So once you work out all of these fine details, I really feel that you both are going to be running for the finish line and doing a fabulous job. Okay, and of course, there will be some growing pains along the way. Don't see these as failures. See these as lessons. Sometimes they can be expensive lessons, but they're lessons nonetheless. Now, Lisa, from your point of view as a credentialed therapist, what would you maybe add?
I would just stress that point of communication that's important in any relationship dynamic, especially in a business dynamic and a working, everything being out in the open, parameters clearly defined, goals set, and that communication piece, trying not to look for those, like you said, constructive criticisms or misperceptions, but keeping things on a positive note and a note of growth.
Exactly. And with that, they're going to chase us out of here in 1 minute. So, honey, I got to end your reading in a big hurry here and just thank everybody for joining us.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Everyone, please have a very happy New Year. And those of you that are, kind of wandering around Facebook on New Year's Eve, we will be doing a Facebook Live show at about 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll watch the ball drop in New York City. Take care, everybody. We love you.
Mwah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.
I'm Stephanie Shelton, CNBC. Color the last trading day of the year red. The Dow lost 112 points, NASDAQ down 46, and the S&P 500 fell 13. The last time the three major averages closed out a year with a gain on the last day of trading was back in 2013. According to the Wall Street Journal, ETFs, baskets of sector stocks, which trade like one,